愛い子ちゃんの声が聞きたいな。
これだけは二度とごめんだと思ってたんだ。あの野郎の身代わりなんて。
特徴は一致してます。お
Pledge just $3 a month over at www.patreon.com/TheHonestGamer and earn yourself a suggestion and vote on all new weekly Anime Sins videos. Warning, this video is for comedy purposes only, and as such, should not be taken too seriously.
Now I'm too scared to go out. What? Don't worry, he only preys on pretty girls.
Yeah, ugly f***ing bitch. Somehow failing to see a rather large dude stood right in your path.
Hey, looks like a little mouse lost its way.
Oh, no, I'm not lost.
This little mouse looks thirsty.
Yeah, I think you made the point with the first mouse comment, dude. The second one just sounds like you're trying to impress upon her that she could very well be an actual legit mouse.
We should take her for a cup of tea.
No thanks, my sister's expecting me.
She's pretty cute for a mouse.
Okay, now third time. What the hell is wrong with you people? She's a human!
There you are, sweetheart. Sorry I'm late. I was looking everywhere for you.
Hey, we're busy here.
Christian Bale!
See? Not so hard, is it?
She didn't claim otherwise, and by the way, I loved you in Hostiles last year.
You are a natural.
So I want to start something in these videos occasionally where I make a quick narration point that's not neutral, sin, or sin removal worthy, but just a point that I want to make. So here I want to state how lovely this piece of music is.
I'll make sure to draw them off, but wait a bit before you head back outside.
Okay.
At no point during that entire interaction did she question who the hell he is and how he can do what he can do and stuff. Although if it turns out flying is no biggie, I'll likely just remove the sin.
Someone just told me you floated down into our balcony.
So that did happen. It wasn't a dream.
You must have been a wizard then.
Ah, okay, fair enough.
Letty, the chocolate eclairs are done.
Okay, I'll be right there.
Thanks.
As opposed to walking 3 feet further and peering your head around the open door.
But you can't stay here like this for long.
She had clothing inside of her room that fits that of a 90-year-old woman.
This is one stubborn branch. You're not getting the best of this, old lady.
She's been old like less than 12 hours and yet is already content with referring to herself as old and such. I mean, I'm almost 30 as of writing this, but if I woke up randomly and I was 70, it'd definitely take me more than a day to start cracking jokes about how old my ass is because I'd still feel like I'm 30.
Your head's a turnip. I've always hated turnips, ever since I was little.
What are you doing? Just carry on about your day. Just because you're suddenly 90 doesn't mean you now have to, by law, tell inanimate objects and probably people boring old f***ing stories and stuff.
At least you're not upside down now.
Given how he flipped up when she pulled on the stick, he was never upside down but had merely fallen over. Just like when I go to sleep at night and I don't refer to it as laying upside down, unless I was a bat hanging off the ceiling or some shit.
Go away! Quit following me! There's no need to thank me, you don't owe me a thing!
She assumes it merely wants to thank her when its intention could be to eat her!
You turnip head, that's Howl's castle! That is not what I meant when I asked for a place to stay! Is that the way in?
I thought you didn't want to stay in it.
Well, one nice thing about getting old is nothing frightens you.
Except for the fact that once again, you are not old. Mentally and experience-wise, you're still what I'm guessing is like 18 or 20. Suddenly turning into a 90-year-old doesn't add 70 plus years of world experience.
She's from the Wastes? How do we know that she's not a witch?
Do you really think I'd let a witch in here?
Although you did literally just say that you didn't let her in there, but she just wandered in.
Hand me 2 more slices of that bacon and 6 more of those eggs.
There are no eggs in it yet, though.
Don't you love early morning markets? And just look at the water. I've never seen the ocean before. It's beautiful.
It always looks like that.
She didn't say otherwise, she merely said that it looks beautiful.
Come on! Let's go! Don't give up now! Are you a witch or aren't you?
After everything that fat bitch has done to her, she's still giving moral fucking support to help get her ass up the stairs. For some reason.
You can't even break your own spell.
But you don't understand. I love you.
Too late.
Oh really? Well, that certainly came out of nowhere. I mean, she's only been around him for a very short amount of time, all things considered. What a strange young old lady. By the way, if you're wondering why I'm not sending her being young now, it's apparently discussed in more detail in the book or whatever it is, that when she's not thinking of herself, the curse disappears. Like when she's sleeping and so on.
What a pretty fire. Howl, hello.
Good morning, everyone.
So maybe you fans out there can help fill in this blank for me, because when Howl came home they made a point of telling us how he's gone too far and then he was in the shape of the bird and everything. But now he's seemingly perfectly fine, so was that just a dream Sophie was having or something? Either way, it's getting a sim for now because there's not quite enough explanation for my liking, but if it's filled in, as always, I'll remove it.
Why'd you do this?
So we'd have a room that suited you.
When turning your body to a slightly different angle makes you put on 15 pounds.
What's that?
It's an air raid siren.
Air raid?
No.
Thank goodness you're here! I searched everywhere for you! Oh my, look at your face! You're so old!
Mother is clearly not curious in the slightest as to how her young daughter aged like 40 years since the last time she saw her? Instead of continuing to run inside of the castle, she randomly stops to look up at lots of bombs being dropped on her head.
Looks like Howl's in trouble.
Based on what? What can you see from all the way over there?
And if we don't move quick, Howl doesn't have a chance.
Sophie! They're about to bomb the hat shop!
Quick! Help her get outside, okay?
How do you know, and how do you even know where the hat shop is from all that distance away?
What have I done? I poured water on Calcium. What if I killed Howl too?
And worse, you did it to try and save the old woman who had already messed everything up by taking Howl's heart and thus destroyed the castle, and who had previously messed everything up by cursing you and turning you into an old woman. Why the hell would anyone do so much for a bitch like that? Okay, so I did really enjoy this movie a lot, I just wanted to say that. But I do feel as though it slightly suffered from the ancient disease not explaining a lot-itis. This disease basically, well, you get the point without the need for a joke. It didn't explain a great deal. Now, thankfully, I did a bunch of Googling during the movie, so I'm pretty filled in, but I feel like the movie could have done with being an extra 20 to 30 minutes longer to give it time to explain a lot more things. One of the biggest being the war that rages, how it started and why, and what Howl's part in it was meant to be, and so on and so forth. Ultimately though, I did actually enjoy it a lot, and it was a great dub, especially Christian Bale, who I think was a great choice. If you're wondering why I went for dub as well, it's due to this movie being older, and thus I struggled to find a good quality looking sub. As always, thanks to the patrons for picking this little gem, and I look forward to seeing what I'll be singing next month.
Yet you're by far the tackiest thing here.
Oh my god!
But the newspaper says we won.
Only idiots believe what they read in the paper.
You are fake news.
Thank you, Sophie. I'm the prince who's been missing from the neighboring kingdom.
I love it when you talk like that. I look forward to your return, big boy.
Thank you to the following patrons: Nathan Burr, Davis Cordero, Vupu, Manuel Meza, Josiah May, Bird Without a Word, Loritz, Jake Lane, Joel Rosenfeld, BZX001, Yona Stahl, Jacob Bryan, Chris Harris, Daniel Musgrave, Matayson, Joshua Benker, Pamela, Master Tank, Gajivi Trash, Brendan Creer, Tyler Byers, Kyle Farmer, Theodore Quackens, Kaj Vorzelman, Jordan Samuels, Scott Harris, Gabby Z, Lullaby Hypno 22, and to all of the other patrons supporting me. Thank you.